I'm gonna need a cigarette after this scene. I love this man so much for getting rid of this.
So Mihawk is all
been memeing with the titles. I like is.
I think I must admit that I do the things they didn't want told back.
Details they've.
Didn't have any friends.
I'm
They're setting the stage here,
really
though.
point
Things told.
click this.
That inner.
Best shot down goes the yard.
It was so bad.
It's like
He's so satisfying so far.
For him, right here.
tomorrow to the death.
Here in your
It's like his.
Enough.
Oh, please say the best trash talking the whole show.
What the hell is that? I'm here for a sword fight.
I don't hunt rabbits with a cannon.
Let's go. Oh, it's so good.
Literally.
And that's when he knew he fucked up.
God, you want to run, huh?
Hardly.
Oh my god.
You're strong. You're like a little frog croaking in a well. Croak, croak, croak.
I love that
It's like a
they
dance.
did that after like he was in the well and everything.
Oh.
I can't.
She didn't
I
go.
need to retreat.
Asked for
Peace.
So I'll do.
Rồi vậy. Thôi hỏi kệ đấy nó ơi.
Getting chills, dude.
I'll give you that. So I'll do you the honor of killing you with Yoru.
I love that he named it too.
Oh man.
That they're setting up Log Town like real hard.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Oh.
Grow strong and come find me. I'll be waiting.
God.
Damn, the acknowledgement there though too.
Ben Beckman is the worst cast member. Never see the day that I complain about anything related to Ben Beckman. But as I'm seeing the cast members of One Piece, it is very safe to say that by far Ben Beckman is the worst casting member of the show. He looks nothing like Ben Beckman, and the show itself didn't bother to hype him. In fact, Yasop was far better than him. The One Piece Netflix show is actually pretty good, and vast majority of their casts are doing an amazing job. This might be my only real problem with the casting of this show. Ben Beckman is the worst cast member.
Nếu mà One Piece mình thì chắc là cast là con Ben Beckman nữa. Okay. Mà lại Ben Beckman phải đẹp trai hơn xíu chứ. Mang về badass hơn xíu. Chắc là hết budget rồi.
Dạ không? Là khoai lang. Khoai ngon đó bông. Khoai ngon. Tại vì cho bọn ăn với bông. Nó làm á bông. Không có đâu. Vậy đâu. Yêu ai à? Ngày mai con làm bữa nào? Làm bữa tối luôn á hả? Là thứ năm thì sao? Đấy, đừng cuộn lấy bao gạo 10 kg với 100.000 kìa lại lên chỗ cha hòm đó lại lên. Cha hòm đó hả? Cái nhà tôi chạy, tôi sẽ chạy hả? Sao? Phải giặt đồ không? Đi bên đây tao tìm rồi. Tao rồi nè. Trên đây trên cổ bên này có giặt đồ quá.
Reacting to viral anime shorts. I have never seen this anime, but my viewers keep loving it. Oh, it's about to go down. Yeah. Oh man, the mom is looking. Man, I take the mom. Reacting to viral anime.
Cái bữa sao mấy cái 900 anh em bị cô ấy là luôn á mà em gì đéo hiểu không?
So you rated Bleach the same as My Hero Season 1. Would you still stand by that?
Yeah, I would. We're talking about Bleach. It's like back in Bleach days when
Yeah.
people say,
Đấy. Anh có đâu gọi như vậy? Rồi đi má. Dạ.
oh man, I'm trying to think.
Do you like Paranormal Activity?
No.
No.
I watched the first Paranormal Activity on a plane.
You know that's the best one, right?
The first one?
Out of like the 7, that's the best one.
I guess so. Like I fell asleep.
Sydney watched all 7.
Yes. I fell asleep in like 20 minutes.
You should watch some of the other ones.
Why?
They're very funny.
Oh, really?
They're really funny.
Like, look, I get the whole thing of like, oh, it was, you know, it was a really low budget film and Steven Spielberg liked it, so he greenlit it and blah, blah, blah. But like, I'm just like, bro, I'm just like, Live Leak is scarier than this shit. Like, it's just fucking.
Or yeah, it's just fucking real.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I think the problem with Paranormal Activity was that like, it was trying to sell you on like the realistic aspect, but it's like, okay, I get it, you know, using the security camera footage and all that kind of shit, but it's like, if I know it's a movie, then it's just like immediately less scary.
Yeah, the scariest thing about like the Blair Witch was, you know, back in the day before the internet, there was, you know, there were rumors around that this wasn't actually a movie, but it was actually just real found footage.
Yeah.
And I feel like having that mystique to it, that's what made it scary. Because if you actually watch the Blair Witch knowing that it's a film, I think it's a lot less scary knowing that, you know, this is a film that was produced and filmed and scripted rather than, oh my God, we just found like a tape and we don't know what it is, you know?
And we're going to put it in the cinemas anyway.
Yeah, I feel like that you know what?
Don't give it to the police.
Look, we were a lot dumber back then, okay? A lot of the mystique has gone thanks to the internet now, but you might not remember this, but you know, as you know, when growing up before the age of the internet, things like this could exist. Like I remember, what was it, like Cannibal Holocaust or something?
Oh, yeah.
Like didn't like the director of that get arrested because people actually thought
it was
that
real,
it was actually fucking real.
Yeah.
And you know, I'd heard that there were some horrendous things happening on set of that film anyway, but you know, it wasn't a snuff film.
Yeah, exactly.
Thankfully enough.
I would actually say that like, as much as I don't like horror films, B-grade horror films are so fucking fun to watch because it's like immediately just from the scuffed nature of it, it just becomes more satirical and actually in a lot of ways actually just really entertaining and funny. The best B-grade horror film I ever watched was, do you know this movie called Dead Sushi?
No.
No, what is that?
So it was made by this guy called Takashi Miike, who's like the most like infamous.
Takashi Miike, okay.
He's like the most infamous Japanese director. But it's one of his. He made like a fuckload of B-grade horror films, but it's
a lot of them pretty fucked up as
and
well.
a lot of them are fucked up.
Yeah.
I think he actually used to like direct porn before he did that, which is hilarious. But like that's one of the ones that Aki showed me. It's essentially just this like story of, I'm trying to remember because it's been a while, but it's essentially like there's this like female lead who is goes to like a sushi establishment because she wants to like learn the craft of like making sushi and stuff like that. And I think something along the lines of like some like radioactive waste spills onto some sushi, and then the sushi come alive and start killing people.
So Sausage Party, but Japanese.
Yeah, basically. And it's basically these sushi, but like they grow teeth and shit, and they're just like, and they just fucking fly through the air and kill people. It's so jank, but it's so hilarious and entertaining. And like there's a couple of scenes where it's like genuinely unnerving because it's a Miike film, right? Like he gets really gory with his films. I think he was the one that made what is it, Audition? That like really fucked up like snuff like film.
Yeah, that was probably his most famous one.
Yeah, that's his most famous one. But like it's not as bad as that one. But he basically was just like, what would happen if sushi came back to
and then he also
alive
made Audition
and killed and then I'll make Audition as well, which is one of the most fucked up films ever made.
I feel like we were talking about this. I unlocked a core memory. I was like, I remember I talked to Sydney about horror film, and I think me and your editor Alan had watched a horror movie together on Netflix, and we both thought it was like really fucking stupid and funny. And then Sydney was talking about it like a month later. I was like, yeah, it's actually this is one of my favorite horror films of all time. It's amazing, and I just it tells him, and I was like, oh, we watched that differently. It was called Cam. It's like it's a horror film, came out on Netflix 5 years ago, and it was about like a cam girl, but I think the cam girl goes like, I can't remember exactly.
Oh, I remember her talking about
like
this.
the cam girl goes live and she's seeing herself go live as the cam girl.
Yeah.
And I can't remember.
Every e-girl's worst nightmare.
Honestly, I remember her talking about this, and I'm just like, this sounds like a pretty interesting concept, especially in this day and age where I think, as Connor said, there's a cam girl that, makes money doing cam girl stuff, but then like she wakes up one day and she just sees herself in a live stream. Live broadcasting.
I don't know if it's this one. I'm reading the plot and I'm like, what the fuck?
It's probably this one, right?
It is that one.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Look at the difference between the IMDb and the Rotten Tomatoes.
IMDb 5.9 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes 93%.
Oh, that's I can see which camp Sydney's in then. She's in the Rotten Tomatoes camp.
I just thought that like I watched it and I remember thinking like, I feel like it's kind of a cool idea, but also I remember the acting was like really bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, man. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's bad, but it was just like, I don't know.
That's definitely the killer for me with a lot of horror films, where it's like I hear a lot of synopsis for a lot of horror films, and I'm like, that's an interesting premise.
Yeah.
But the problem is, at least most of the ones I've seen,
the execution is
just so fucked. Like it's like the acting is, and again, like that's why like Hereditary was so scary, because Toni Collette was such a good actress in that.
Do you know how you can get around that? YouTube summaries, baby.
Wait, you know, actually, unlocking another memory. You know, a movie I watched that I thought was actually pretty good, or like it was kind of funnily good. But, The Invisible Man. Have you seen this one?
Oh yeah.
That's pretty good.
I've heard of that one.
He literally just terrorizes people with it.
It's like YouTube prank gone wrong times 100.
It's actually good, right? It was good.
It was good.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
I think I remember I liked it and I thought that it was good. Like I'm trying to remember if I liked it.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was good.
It was like actually intense.
Yeah. Because the whole point of the tension, right? So let me frame the film from the beginning, okay? So this girl, I believe, dated like a super, super smart guy, right? And she breaks up with him, and I believe that the breakup didn't go well, but for one reason or another, she's really, really scared of this person, right? And then weird things start happening in her life, and it's to the point where she thinks that either like a ghost is fucking with her or someone else is fucking with her life, to the point where her life just spirals downwards, and she is convinced that her ex has something to do with it, and people are like, "No, you're fucking crazy. You're fucking crazy."
Yeah.
And we don't know what is really going on behind the scenes until it gets revealed.
Right.
And that's spoiler territory.
The name of the movie gives it away.
Yeah, I feel, yeah.
It's called The Invisible Man.
Yeah.
Is it actually?
Yeah, it's called The Invisible Man.
Perhaps the one, the culprit is in the title.
But I felt like the way that, like, why that movie was good, at least from my memory, again, this is years ago, was that it was like, it felt helpless.
Yeah.
Because this guy's so OP.
Yeah.
I like
Because
that.
oh no, I just remembered why it was called that. Because her ex is dead.
Oh.
this is why.
I gotta watch that movie again.
I'm hearing it out of context. I'm like, what?
You know what was a great horror film?
What?
Ford and Ferrari.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
What a great movie.
But again, like that also like further proves my point of why like a lot of, again, Japanese horror is good. It's because it's like, again, that idea of helplessness.
Yeah.
Right? Like in like The Grudge and like The Ring and like One Missed Call is a fucking terrifying film. The Japanese one. The American one is shit. They like completely botched that one. But the Japanese one is like genuinely terrifying. And it's, again, it's because of this idea of like the unknown, right? It's like, I don't know what the fuck is terrorizing my life and killing me and killing all of my friends.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get to the bottom of it and then fuck around and find out.
What about if like somebody was an invisible man and all they did was cut your nails perfectly every single night in your sleep? And you wake up and the nails
Like-
are on the bed. Like you know they're there every night. You can't
Have you ever had that feeling? Have you ever had that feeling where it's just like, I don't know, something, you wake up one day and just something in your room or something is just off and you don't know if you just have shit memory or if like something is happening.
Or your partner is terrorizing your bedroom.
Yeah, I mean, I'm currently in that phase again where I'm falling asleep to listening to like cave stories. I don't know why. Because it's been a few months, so they've made more videos. There's people who talk about it. And every time I go to bed now and I'm listening to that, like someone dying in a cave, I'm like, did I lock the door? Hopefully I locked the door.
Why are you listening to that before you go to bed?
I don't know. It's like these guys, because all the horror channels, like credit where credit's due, they're so monotone.
Right.
Like, they're never like hyped up about, like they're not like fucking YouTubers.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
you will not believe what happened in this cave. It's always like, in this cave on January 14, 1967, 2 kids went in and 1 guy came out. This is the story about the deadly cave, known as the Flucky Wucky Cave.
Flucky Wucky Cave.
I'll tell you what I've been listening while falling to sleep recently. It's I've been listening to, I guess, science and
I do that too
physics
sometimes.
videos.
I do that all the time.
And this is going to sound so bad, right? This is going to sound so bad because there's this one YouTube channel. I think it's called History of the Universe. Where he breaks down some like concepts to do with physics and puts like a really, really interesting story into it and gives like really interesting metaphors and basically goes through the entire history about how this discovery was made and how we came to discover, let's say, our perception of how time works. Can we time travel backwards and forwards? He basically goes through everything and it's super, super interesting because a lot of the
Like
time
the summoning salt of physics.
yeah, it's kind of like something. You actually said it perfectly. It's like basically the summoning salt of physics because I've heard a lot of
Pythagoras got a gold split.
because a lot of stuff.
And then Kepler came in.
And so we're gonna clip through time right now. We're gonna go through the 4th dimension.
And then Matt Turk turned up.
Because a lot of the stuff that he talks about, I already know because I'm super interested into this stuff anyway. But the way he portrays the information is just super, super interesting. And for some reason, helps me get to sleep like that. I discovered him when we were touring America. And for some reason, whenever I put a video on, and all of his videos are like at least 50 minutes minimum, right? And 50. So it's like 50.
It really is a summoning salt of physics.
Literally the summoning salt of physics, right? And I just like, for some reason, his voice is so calming that I get invested in his story. And then about 20 minutes in, I'm just like conked out. I wake up, this entire playlist is just done, right? And so
That's going to turn up knowing 1/5 of the physics class.
yeah. So every time he releases a new video, it takes me about 3 weeks to get through it because I'm like, I keep falling asleep. Because I keep falling asleep. I'm like, shit. This was such an. I want to know how this video ends. I need to see the entire video because it's a super interesting story. I get invested, and then even though I'm invested, I fall asleep. So I'm like, this is a night. This is a night.
Yeah,
get through the video.
I've had that so often with like falling asleep to like Veritasium videos or like Kurzgesagt videos, and it's just like it's the tone at which they talk at, and the kind of slow pacing in nature, and like it's obviously just like the lack of like fucking YouTube sound effects and shit like that, right? Where it's like, oh, this is just like it's nice. It's like someone's just talking to me and just putting me to sleep,
My fellow patrons, the live button has been pushed, which means you can see my face and the fun can begin. I hope everyone is having a wonderful middle of their weekend here. Sorry I didn't stream yesterday. Had a family little birthday party to go to. Went to Topgolf. Your boy was golfing. I was doing pretty good. I usually suck at Topgolf. I'm always afraid to fall over or something bad's gonna happen. I didn't do so bad this time, so that was the glorious thing about me. But other than that, I still wanted to stream with you guys. I still wanted to go ahead and talk to you about some movie news going on. I saw that Batman stuff hit with possibly a Robin showing up and Matt Reeves as the Batman. That is something I was really excited about. I had to make that its own separate video, so that is up on the channel if you haven't seen it, or watch it after this live stream or before, however you would like. And then there was so much other news that happened that I was like, I could do a side flip, or I could do what I promised the people and give them one live stream a week. And I'm here giving you the one live stream a week. Hopefully you guys video that tweet, so I had to mute him. Starting off early. It's been months, and I fear it's
This is the dumbest anime. If you want to lose brain cells and laugh every 5 seconds, you have to try this. Even better, the MC is voiced by Hiroshi Kamiya, known for Levi in Attack on Titan, Yato from Noragami, following a group of boys in an only girls school that recently turned co-ed, getting caught trying to peep on girls on the first day.
This college student had to bring his dog with him to class one day, and his dog came in super well dressed with his glasses on and was locked in for the entire lecture, just being an incredibly studious young gentleman looking like he has a perfect GPA. This college student had to bring his
Cho bia nhé.
So guys, as I said earlier, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be rating pretty much every shonen power-up transformation scene that I have personally seen in anime myself. Now, when I was trying to make like a list of the power-ups that I had seen, for some reason, I thought I had seen way more than what is actually present. I thought this list would like keep going down, and then as like I went through all the series that actually have power-ups and actually have different forms, there weren't as many as I thought there was. And I thought this was like a fucking way bigger trope. Maybe I thought this was like a way bigger trope in anime than it is. But a lot of like forms and a lot of power-ups are in basically long-running shonens. So what I've noticed is that instead of a lot of different having what I've noticed is that instead of a lot of different anime having different forms and different power-ups, what I've more noticed is the same series having a bunch of different power-ups and a bunch of different forms for the same characters or the villains. So a lot of this is just your basic like shonen transformations. So instead of trying to rank every single individual power-up of like, for example, Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan Red, Super Saiyan Blue, Ultra Instinct, and all that shit, I tried to like thematically gather things up as much as I could. Otherwise, I'd be repeating myself quite a lot. So I've only tried to like separate them if I feel like they are like really thematically different, or if they look really different. If they have just like a slight power up where their form where they have like one extra accessory on their clothing, or their hair slightly changes its hairstyle, then I've combined them into one. I've combined them into one. So that is.
Ôi, quá trời ông luôn bồng bồng. Ồ, trăm người. À nội. Thôi đi. Gì cũng lắm mà. Gì? Toàn cho hả Út? Dạ toàn xin sao? Dạ toàn cho.
Ra cái video này chưa? Lâu hay tâm hay thiên tài hay gì đó, nó mệt lắm. Dạ.
Chạy đường xe. Kìa ké hồi giờ giùm đi.
Nhớ năm con. Hai phần vật rồi. Thật sự thì Bleach cái 300 tập cũ mà chưa có xem để còn xem bởi vì xem này rất là trend chứ nên là tại sao thì Kim Phật Hòa không nhưng mà After Content Box xem nói nào Kim Tâm nghe nghĩ có đâu Kim Tâm Quy thành là X Hunter cái này mình sẽ để dành cho phút nào phép mình xem chưa hiểu sao mà bạn muốn xem cảm giác thấy nó hay thế này cổ điển cũng được nhưng mà cái cổ của nó cổ điển cho nên mới là điểm cao vậy chất lượng cao nhưng mà không có cái không có xem nổi những cái ác cũng kiểu như vậy nói chung để lúc nào đó mình thật sự muốn xem sẽ xem cái mà Monogatari thì có xem một hai rồi lên rồi nó lâu lắm gì đàn ông hay cho biết được chưa ca xem nghe sau nào cũng xem rồi sẽ nó có 13 tập rồi nó cốt truyện đó đòi hỏi thứ hài hước có chút ra nói chúng ta nó cũng nói chung một được chưa phải là trong chính trường ok Monster thì đã drop lên rồi nó sao rồi Spice nó lên ôi let's see
Dòm ngó giùm
lòng Universe
ngủ ngủ để làm chơi cho mày nấu rồi nó có đủ mẹ là được qua không biết làm bên tay nhưng mà nó cũng làm cũng biết không biết làm cái gì nha cũng biết không không thấy chơi hồi nãy không phải của ông lớn chị thảo của ai á ai vậy mua đây cơm đi không lấy cái mua đó là biết Linh nó đâu có không? Linh có không? Không, bữa thi cho mà. Thi nó hết rồi. Bộ khó xin lắm rồi. Khó ăn thi lắm. Có năm ăn thường cho. Thường quen.